very warm welcome, as always. VFR flight from Charles R. Johnson to Mid-Valley. I will be hugging the Mexican border if you'll be following the flight plan as I did it. And I will try to visit and see what the Google Maps has to offer in regards of Boca Chica site. So we'll see, or I'll see what I'll see. Weather-wise, I have downloaded or found the latest TIFs reports for the airports that are kind of along the Mexican border. Sadly, no airport up there with TAF, but you can see that it's pretty identical. It's also because they are very close to each other. The wind situations changed just slightly from the forecast, so let's have the real forecast data. This is for 19 Zulu, which is in 30 minutes, and surface winds. You can see it's around 10 knots where we are right now, and about 10 knots, maybe some gusts at our destination. I plan to fly at 3,000 feet so I can enjoy the scenery. And at that altitude, I can expect some northeasterly winds at around 5 knots. If I check 6,000 feet, the winds are slightly like from different direction. Maybe there would be actually more favorable, at least for the portion of flying along the coast. And don't be confused by this ground track. Actually, I'm flying all the way here to the very eastern point. So those would be actually better, but then the flight would be over sooner, so let's not do that. Regarding clouds, let's see what we can expect. This is the forecast. I will just zoom in a little bit so we have like more precise data there. A few clouds, 4,000, 6,000, nothing really serious. At 20 Zulu, basically the same situation. 2 hours from now, even better. So we actually expect that few clouds that are there to kind of dissipate. We don't have any problems with icing or anything like that. If I check the METAR, the temperature is 34 degrees at our destination right now, so pretty hot weather. So the only thing that we will need to consider or might be a problem is the departure. So let's continue there. So departure, this is the small public airfield that we ended up last time. It's very close to this city. And currently the winds are blowing kind of perpendicular on the runway, and the velocity is 4 or 5 knots. At least that's what my little nav map says. So it's like blowing there from northeast or north. I think that runway 30 is then a very good candidate for our departure. It's also where we are parked at. Destination, Mid-Valley. This is the untowered field in between two towered fields, one class Charlie here and class Delta to the west. So I picked kind of this one. There is a city to the west of it and some factories here to the east. The runway is 6,000 feet long, so no issues there. Now, as far as route planning goes, today I kind of omitted, some checks in the middle. So if you want to add some points, I would probably add here the point in the like kind of in the middle of the track. I hope that I would be able to see this laguna here. Otherwise, it's 37 nautical miles along the coast, so it would be very difficult to get lost. Then we have some road here and bridge. Should be pretty visible from above, so I don't have any like fear that I would be lost. Then it's along the coast. Here, just be sure not to cross to Mexico. There is this air defense and identification zone very close here. So maybe, give it a birth, let's say. Then from Brownsville, I am able to follow the road pretty easily all the way to Harlingen and then turn west, again following the road to the city or town of Donna and the airport Mid-Valley. Regarding the airspaces, I already said that I plan to fly at 3,000 feet. Let's switch to a sky vector here. So what is like there? The most visible is this class Charlie here around Harlingen. So if we have any controller online, and we would need to establish a two-way communication. And if that is established and they don't tell us to stay away from the Charlie, we can legally cross the Charlie. So if there is an ATC and you for some reason haven't picked up flight following yet, which would constitute as having a two-way communication already, then I would contact them maybe at around here, telling them that I am flying, that I want to fly, through the class Charlie to Harlingen and then follow west towards McAllen. Class Delta around Brownsville is top altitude is 2,500 feet. So if I stay at 3,000, I can normally fly without telling anything to anyone. Of course, still it's a VFR flight, so let's watch for the aircraft, for other aircraft. As you can see, this class Delta extends a little bit here, and that kind of indicates that maybe there is some approach path, along this way, even though the runways are not like ready for this direction. They are oriented a different way. I think that there might be, or it's extended for some different reason, but maybe because there are some aircraft to be expected.
I think I have the reason here.
Yeah.
The VOR is in that direction, and there's a VOR alpha approach.
Yeah. So it's about the approach. Good. Thank you. So as Chris said, there is this approach that approach path leads through here. So that's why it's extended. It's extended by, I don't know, half a mile. So I don't think it's very relevant. But in any case, you know that there might be some big tin aircraft there. All right, so that's Delta, that's Charlie. Those kind of shaded areas here, this just depicts where the class Echo starts at 700 feet instead of 1,200. And below that it's class Golf, so it doesn't really affect us in any way. Last thing that I would mention are those TFRs here. So as you can see, this is the Boca Chica SpaceX facility, and they have a TFR active all the way to the 30th of September. I know, in the simulator they won't be flying, so I feel confident that I can just bust it. And then we have another one here from surface to 2000 AGL. I believe this is where they might have the assembly. Oh, the assembly should be closer. But for some reason, there is a TFR for security reasons. I'm planning to fly above that, so it doesn't affect me. So that's about airspaces. We don't have anything else in here. Any questions regarding the route? If not, I'll just continue. So departure. Since I
Hey,
didn't know, yeah,
Thomas, I do have a question. Sorry about
okay.
that. If we fly a little bit higher, let's say 4,500 or so,
Hmm.
all the way until that Harlinger and then come down, then you won't have to get into the flight following and ATC and anything like that? Would that
Yes,
be correct?
yes. If you want to
Okay.
overfly this, then 4,500 feet would do that.
I'm just not very familiar with talking to ATC, so I was thinking that might be a option to just overfly. Okay.
Yeah, sure. If you want to, if it's one of the first flights on VATSIM or in a group and you don't want to complicate things, then if there is an
Yes.
ATC, just overfly it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
However, when you do so, think about this. On the other side, you'll have to come down again.
Hmm.
Very quickly. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Don't rush it.
that's true.
If you need more track miles, take more track miles.
Yes.
Right. I agree. Thank you.
As Chris said, there is no problem if in overflying the field, and coming back to it or doing some circles. But when you're doing any
Yeah,
kind of maneuvers, turning, be sure that you don't run into anybody. Because at that point you become
right.
kind of less predictable than if you're flying straight.
Yeah, and I've gotten lost at many places, so I'm used to that. But yeah, thank you.
All right, welcome. Okay, so departure. I've already touched on it a little bit. We have a very hot day today, and we have just 3,000 feet of runway. Right? I say just, it's 1 kilometer basically. So it's not that bad, but you need to account for that. It's very hot. Cessnas will not have any problem, 172s. I run a twin aircraft, so my ground roll might be just half of that runway. What plays into our cards here is that first it's very low, so the pressure altitude is it's basically sea level, and the second thing is what is the let me just search that. What was the pressure? Pressure at our destination was 29908, so it's a little higher than standard. That means that again density altitude is a little bit lower. So that means that we have like more dense air in that and better performance. So pressure actually plays into our cards, temperature plays against us, and airport elevation again in our favor. So we should not really have any problems unless you have some very fast aircraft that needs a lot of runway normally to take off. After departure, since we are planning to use runway 30, there is no sense of backtracking it all the way down to fly there. So we either depart straight out or at 45-degree angle to the crosswind. What I'm planning to do actually is right now is not what this arrow says. What I will do is I will take off at 700 feet. I will turn 45 degrees to the crosswind, and at 1500 feet I'll do a right turn, still continue climbing and overfly the field, which will put me on the correct track, and I can start my keeping my track right above the field, and it will be what I planned. I won't be offset in any course. So feel free to do the same. It might also be good, if multiple of us are like taking off, then we can watch each other. So it should be fun as well. Just remember, we keep to the departure until we are safely out of the pattern altitude, which is 500 feet above the traffic pattern altitude, and then we can turn whichever way we want. If we are still flying, in the vicinity of the field, it's also good to make that call that you are like leaving the pattern and will overfly the field. And then we continue. The calls are as listed. You had that file available, so and feel free to reference it. Any questions regarding the calls? Is there something not clear? Or the departure? If not, let's continue. This slide is kind of keeper here. Like regular members of this group flight event will know that slide by heart by now. So I don't really change it because the information is still valid there. Basically, you keep track of your position every time. Cross-check your position with the map and always know where you are. If we have an ATC, you can ask for flight following, and I included the example how to do that, and so on and so forth. So I won't, delay on this unnecessarily. You are free to read it. Then arrival. We have we are kind of in luck, or although it doesn't really apply that much, because runway 32 has a right traffic pattern and runway 14 has a left traffic pattern. What that means is that the live side of the traffic pattern, whichever runway we use, is on the east side here. So, and we are coming from the east. So we can easily do the recommended kind of pattern entry procedure. If we use runway 14, it will depend on the wind. It's even easier because I believe we just arrive from the direction. We don't need to do any maneuvering at all to be there. If we happen to be using runway 32 because of the wind, then before we arrive at the airfield, we would break off the course and try to get on this recommended procedure. You never know, it might happen that some of us will not just land, but maybe will do some circuits before finally landing. And in that case, any aircraft that is already in the circuit has precedence over anyone who wants to join the circuit. So if it happens that you're flying this procedure, and you see or you hear that there are aircraft on the downwind and you can see them and you need to give way, there is nothing easier than just, execute a 360 and try again, join this. We usually do our first position call that we are coming into the field no later than 10 nautical miles out of the field. So if I check our map here, you can see that this is 13. So shortly after you do this turn, you see the mall maybe here or the city, or you reach this road. So shortly after you turn left, you can make a call that you are coming in, and to let others know, and then continue the approach. The first call can be something as simple as this, right? So it would be a mid-valley traffic, November 123 Alpha Bravo, Cessna 172 slant Alpha, 10 miles east at 3,000 feet, joining right downwind to runway 32. Right, so you set which airport, your call sign, who you are, where you are, and position means like position on the map and the altitude, and your intentions. You don't need to specify more. We are 10 miles out, and if you're saying that you will be joining that downwind or whatever, then that's what you're gonna be doing. Of course, in order to know that, what you'll be doing is that you need to know the runway in use. We kind of have an advantage because we can check the METAR, on the internet very easily. Or there might be some weather service at this airport. There's actually AWOS. Actually, AWOS at 118.575. That's something that will probably not work in your simulator or might not work. So it's just for you to know that in real life you would collect the weather information here before making that initial call. All right, then yeah, so then you announce position, and your next call might be when you are joining this downwind. So if we are using runway 32, it would be mid-valley traffic, November 123 Alpha Bravo, joining right downwind runway 32 at 45. And then you would join, and then you would call your base leg, and then you will call your final leg. It's customary, if you can remember doing that, then when joining that downwind, you can already announce, what are your intentions. So you can say, it's going to be a full stop landing, or you can say that it's going to be a touch and go and remain in the pattern, whatever, your intentions are. If you don't make that call here on downwind, do it latest at final, so it will be turning final, full stop, or turning final, touch and go, remaining in the pattern, or something like that. Right, so I believe that's quite all. I will accept questions either now or during the flight or after. So are
Thomas,
yeah,
is runway 14 left-hand pattern
yes,
at mid-valley? Okay.
yes,
The
and
other
it's
one is right-hand.
and let's try to use runway 14, not 14.
Okay, runway 14. Thank you.
Yeah, and the way how you can know that is that by default, all traffic pattern is to the left. If there is an exception, then it will be mentioned either here. You can see right pattern for runway 32. Or you can also find that information in the chart supplement. Here you can see runway 32, right traffic. If it's not
Okay,
mentioned, then
thank you.
it's left traffic. And also, if there would be any non-standard altitude for the traffic pattern altitude, it would be either here or in airport remarks. It would be somewhere, but there is nothing like that.
And you are planning to fly at 3,000 or 3,500?
I'm planning to fly 3000 myself. Because
Okay.
if you
So
are
isn't,
all the way to
yeah.
3000, you don't need to adhere to those VFR altitudes. They basically don't exist.
Oh,
And it's
okay. I
3000
did not know that.
AGL.
Thank you.
Yeah. So remember,
Yeah, okay.
it's 3000 AGL. So if you're flying in a country where, you know, the elevation is 5000, then all the way to 8000, you can choose whatever altitude you want. If you're above 3000
Thank you.
AGL, you should adhere to those VFR, you know, altitudes for safety. All right, any other question? If not, I'll wish you happy flying. See you at Mid Valley. And again, I will be on Discord. I won't be streaming this on Discord, but I will be streaming that on Twitch. So as always, I encourage every single one of you to fly. If for some reason you don't want to or can't, you are free to watch the stream of the flight on my Twitch instead.
Thank you, Thomas.
And I see 6 airplanes already loaded in. Should be fun.
Happy flying.
Happy flying.
Happy flying.
Already someone moving. Very nice. So let's start those engines so we can hear them speak. All right. Beacon.
Clear.
All the magnetos. Okay, this is not good, so let's do it like this. Yes, fuel tanks are there. Let's reset the trims. And, oh, those should be off. Alright. So this is working. Engine's running fine. We are tuned into the frequency. Very good. Let's switch off the map and prepare our timers there. There we go. Reset. Nice. We'll be also monitoring number 2 on our guard there. And we should have switched on the fuel pumps to the low position. And nav lights go on. Nice. I don't hear anybody, but I think I am connected. Yes, I am. Yeah, I believe we can go. Let's prepare also. Our first heading will be on 148, but first we're just gonna go over the airport there. So it's gonna be runway 30. Yep, there we go. check the flight controls. Yeah, seems to be working fine.
Radio check. Loud and clear.
Thank you.
And I need to refresh my memory about the field name. Charles Johnson. So Charles traffic would be fine, I guess. Actually, let's see how it's called. Browser, no, it's Charles. Yeah. Charles traffic, Cessna 310, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, at a stand, taxiing to runway 30, Charles. Completely forgot my call sign there. So let's not hit the wings on anything. Yep, good. Let's do a quick run up there. So magnetos check. We have like 50 or 80 RPM drop. Second engine much the same. I'll do the feathering. Works fine. Everything is in the green. Quite high temperature, so we'll do the flaps 1 or flaps 15 takeoff. Let's do that. So strobe lights, landing lights. Everything else is turned on. We have selectors on both, on main tanks. Yeah, let's go up. And of course this one.
Charles Johnson Airport, November 91, Bravo Charlie, System 172, taxiing to runway 30, Charles Johnson.
Charles traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie and Romeo, lining up and taking off runway 30. It's gonna be a left 45 degree departure. Charles. All right. So nobody there. Flaps 1 selected. Takeoff trim. Yep. I will do a little bit aft. We have a very slight crosswind from the right. I'm gonna stop here. Line up with the runway. I can see that runway is 30. I have 30 there. 30 there. Good. So let's go for it. So full power. And here we go. Airspeed is live. Knots. Let's get some speed. And let's go up.
Traffic, November 17 Victor Delta.
300 feet, I can go flaps up.
Runway 30, Charlie.
Still climbing straight ahead. Fuel pumps can go
Charles
off.
Johnson Airport, November 911, Bravo Charlie, lining up runway 30.
We have 700 feet, so I'll turn 45 degrees to the left. There we go.
Charles Johnson traffic, 911 Bravo Charlie, taking off runway 30 for left 45 degree departure. Charles Johnson.
And I'll remove some strain from those engines. And also start gently leaning. Charles traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo is at 1,500 feet, making a right turn and will overfly the field. Still continue climbing to 3,000. Charles. Landing lights can also go
Charles
off.
traffic, Bonanza 6529 Lima, taxiing to runway 30, Charles.
Charles traffic, Sky 117 Mexican note, lining up, taking off, runway 30, Charles.
There's the airport. And I know why I'm climbing so bad. I didn't put my gear up.
Charles traffic, Bonanza 6529 Lima, lining up and departing runway 30, Charles.
Now it's gonna be much better. So gear is up right now. Here's the field.
Charles traffic, November 75600 is type Cessna, taxiing to runway 30.
Right, there's 3,000 feet. And I'm also must be above the airport right now, so let's push forward, accelerate, and fly along the coast.
Charles Johnson traffic, November 911 Bravo Charlie is west of the field at 1,500 and leaving the pattern, and it will be turning right and overfly the field, climbing to 3,000 feet. Charles Johnson.
Right, let's start the timer there.
Charles Johnson traffic, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, taxiing runway 30, Charles Johnson.
Charles traffic, November 75600, type Cessna, taxiing to runway 30, line up and take off.
One thing, Suresh, if you're saying your type, also try to say, Cessna and what Cessna, like 172. There is Cessna 172, I have Cessna 310, there's Cessna Citation. So better, say which Cessna. If you heard me.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas. I heard you. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Otherwise, good calls.
Make is technically correct, model is more helpful to other pilots.
What do you mean? That it's better like to say Skyhawk? Or...
Skyhawk or 172 will
Yeah.
tell people roughly how well you perform.
Yes, yes, exactly. Alright. So, we are flying here along the coast. Let's check the map. We'll just bring it here as always. And let's try not to lose control over the airport. Not airport, aircraft. So first here is basically follow this coast. You know, keep this line to our left.
Delta, approaching from west, we will overfly the field at 3,000 feet.
Yeah, and it's like
Charles Johnson traffic, Skyhawk Charlie Golf Lima
13 minutes.
X-ray departing runway 30, straight out departure, Charles Johnson.
Okay, we have yeah, aileron trim, so I will just trim it slightly to the right. So we are first, so if I am up to it or if I feel like it, I will do some pattern work with our destination. It was my last landing. I'm not really proud of that. But for now, we're just heading straight for this part. And enjoying the scenery a little bit. This seems kind of washed out.
Charles traffic, November 75600, Cessna 172, overflying the runway 149, runway 14.
Where I planned for 170 of true airspeed. I believe I won't be able to manage that one. Let's actually see what airspeed I'm doing. So pressure altitude is 3,000 feet. Well, let's see. There we go. 3,000 feet and the temperature is about 20
Should I have
degrees.
said runway 30?
For what? That you're overflying it?
Yes.
It's just enough, you know, to say that you're overflying the field. You don't need to specify the runway.
Okay,
And maybe if you want to include more information, you just say, you know, the direction. So overflying the field southbound, or something like that.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so back to it. So around 20, well, maybe 25 degrees there. So pressure altitude 3000 and plus 20 degrees. 3000 plus 20 degrees, about there. Maybe 25. Right. So, and in that case, for me to be doing 170, I need to do 160 here. Indicated I'm doing 150. I don't really want to speed up, so my times will be just a little bit longer, maybe. Not that much. So we are like 6 minutes. As we see from here, it should take us about 13 minutes. Oh, sorry, 14 minutes to get to Boca Chica.
Passing 1,500, proceeding on course, final call. Charles.
Yeah, I totally forgot to make that call. But we are slightly in the middle, and I said that we should see the lagoon, which might be this one. I'll show you which lagoon. Or Laguna Atacosca. Let's check the shape of it. Looks like it can be that one. Yes, there's also the island in the middle. So we are on a good spot. And also there are some outcroppings here, or outreaches. So I believe we are at the correct position here and there. And I know why my scenery might looks like this, so let me quickly do this. Very good to increase these. Maybe it'll get better slightly. Right, so let's go back to the map. Yeah, so I should be seeing this bridge there, but if this will be the bridge, and soon after the Boca Chica, and it's at the border of Mexico, so let's try and not actually run to Mexico or Mexico. Playing with trim here, sorry. So double check that we don't have. We have Houston Center and another center, so let's check that on the map. Oh, we have Houston Center online. Good. Guys, just a warning, Houston Center came online 8 minutes ago, so if you plan to go through that Charlie, let's you know, give them the call. The frequency is 134.425.
Thomas, that would be at Harlinger?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Right, this is the bridge. And if I'm reading my map correctly, then right after this big body of water, we should have a Boca Chica. For situational awareness, I can tune in this VOR, which is 116.3. And Bravo Romeo Oscar, yeah, that's correct.
For that matter, Monterey Center is online too. But that's Mexico.
Yes, they are. Right, so recheck the map. So basically, where could it be? Because maybe this bit of water is already this one. So could it be? Could it be here actually? There's some city there. Okay, okay. This city is there, so I'm not yet at Boca Chica. So let's turn back. So I was there only, so a little bit more. But how much more, right? The map, the US ends here, but the coast doesn't. This may actually be some water. Well, if I cross to Mexico, well, so be it. Maybe this river is the border. Yeah, I think the river is the border actually, this one. So okay, so this is the production facility of Boca Chica. I can recognize that one, I think. So let's make a left turn. And why have I climbed 500 feet? That was not very professional. So this is the complex there. It's full of trees. Why oh why? Why oh why is it full of trees? That's actually funny. So let's fly here. Drop the wing. Yeah. Good. I can see the silos. I like it. So let's reset the timer. Let's continue on our course. That's gonna be a 246. Okay, so I turn 246. And I climbed again. Oh my. So let's get down. And to take me about 5 minutes.
So the first waypoint, Thomas, is that the space shuttle launch site that you picked?
Not space shuttle, but Starship.
So what do you think we can see there? Do you think?
If you are flying with the default scenery, then nothing, because the default maps are 10 years long. 10 years old.
Okay.
But I uploaded, the Google Maps, and I could actually see some buildings, and also like those tanks that they use for like propellants and so forth. But the huge disadvantage was that there were also trees in the middle of it, which is the MSFS thing, I guess, to put trees everywhere.
Got it.
But yeah, I could recognize the site, so I'm happy. Right, let's bring the power back.
Is that landmark the place that you're going to change direction then, or are you just going by miles covered or
Yeah,
distance covered.
I changed the direction. Also beware if you are approaching that, then behind that there is like a winding river, and that's actually the border of Mexico. So don't fly over the river.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm just touching it, my wing will be kind of on the border in a minute there. All right, so as I said, 5 minutes all the way to the airport. And then when I'll turn, I will, I already tuned them, so I have kind of a feeling of the traffic. But if they don't have it properly configured, that I won't hear the, far enough traffic. But let's tune the... Actually, I want to fly to the viewer.
Houston, Row 09. Row 09, just verify you have a flight plan on file. I don't have anything for you.
Copy, and check on that. Row 09. Houston Center Row 09, you can check now.
Okay.
May have went through, may not have. Let me know.
At 279, I'm going to have to break you off the approach. Turn right heading 180. Speed's going to be your discretion. Descend and maintain 1000 for now. Yeah, 279. 279, go ahead. I'm going to have to break you off the approach. Turn right heading 180. Descend and maintain 1000. That gives vectors for spacing.
Alright, 180 and I'll maintain at 11,000, 279.
Speed your discretion too. I'll got you back on course shortly.
Copy that.
So keeping above the airport.
Row 09, do you want flight filing?
Or an honor, I do.
Row 09, roger, departure brakes with me, squawk 7446, and are you ready to taxi?
Can you repeat squad code row 9er?
7446, 7446.
7446.
United 1184 at Voodoo, clear ILS from 11.
Clear for the ILS 11, United 1184.
8279,
Okay, so I have some clouds there.
360, 279.
So just descent.
Lieutenant Boeing at 25 Bravo Alpha, we're about ready for descent on the 63.
Roger, stand by. Row 09, I read back correct, and are you ready to taxi?
Where did the taxi, row 09?
Row 09, what's the position on the field?
You're on the east side of the field, on the south end of 1836.
5 Bravo Alpha, correction there, 835 Bravo Alpha.
Thomas, did you turn the place where there seems to be a very straight river going
looks like you're making a
from left to right?
Turn 360. Instruction was a right turn 360. Do apologize. We'll go to right
Sorry, I
turn.
can't help you there right now. I'm concentrating.
Okay. No worries.
Alright, so it should take me 8
Row 09
minutes.
runway
Who's calling?
18, text via Alpha.
Runway 18, taxi Alpha, row 9.
November 187 Victor Delta, straight position. On Discord.
Houston Center, good day to you. This is Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo with VFR request.
Stand by.
You know that.
At 279, clear direct Audad. Direct Audad 279. Last aircraft, VFR request, go ahead.
Houston Center, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo. I'm a Cessna 310 slant Alpha, currently 10 miles west of Brownsville, VOR. I will continue at 2,000 feet to Harlington and then west.
Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, Roger, squawk 6607.
6607 for Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo.
279, clear direct Audad and at Voodoo, clear ILS 11.
Direct Audad at Zulu, ILS, runway 11, 279.
Five Bravo Alpha, descend via the Dixie through arrival Austin landing north, the Austin altimeter 3001.
63 landing north 3001, 5 Bravo Alpha.
So 4 minutes into the flight, we should be roughly in the middle. That means right about there, and I believe this town that I can see must be San Benito. Hopefully.
Field Golf Charlie Romeo, radar contact position report at 2000, say destination airport.
I'm going to Mid-Valley, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo.
Field Golf Charlie Romeo, roger, maintain VFR.
Maintaining VFR, Golf Charlie Romeo.
At 1184, runway 11, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 11, United 1184.
Right, so I'll keep following the road there. I know that I'm like right off the track. Definitely. Doesn't matter really because I'm following that road all the way to the intersection and just turning left. It's very good visual reference. So I'm already now in class Charlie. it started climbing. I believe some thermals might be on their way there. Yeah, and a lot of trees. But I strongly, yeah, this is Harlington because we have an airport there. Some place there. It's gonna be that intersection. No, just go. Yeah, it's about a minute out. That kind of checks. So next one will be 271 or like west.
Houston Center, holding short, runway 18, row 9.
Row 9 on course is approved, runway 18 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, row 9.
This will be the road, I believe, that I will continue to follow. Yeah, nice intersection. Exactly where it should be. I'm also 8 minutes where it should be. So let's turn.
Houston Center, Spirit Wing 712, IFR to Newark. Spirit 7 South Houston, hello, I'm request.
And let's follow the road. Houston Center, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo request release from frequency.
Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, ready to service terminate, bring steering cruise along.
See you. All right. Mid-Valley traffic, this is Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, twin Cessna 310, about 10 miles east of the field at 2000. I will be joining the pattern there, midfield. Mid-Valley, rather. Yeah, because I forgot to check the weather, right? So, the weather is 040 at 7, so it means runway 14. Mid-Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo. I will be joining left downwind runway 14, Mid-Valley. Alright. So, let's actually descend to the traffic pattern altitude. The airport should be on the right of this road. I believe it's gonna be very close now. So let's get to 1000 feet. The altimeter setting. Okay, not this one. Sorry, altimeter setting. 29906. It's probably there. And I stopped descending, so let's bring that power down. I'll configure runway 14 there. Let's look for it. Should be about a minute out. So anytime. There's some factories there, city there. So it should be maybe this one. Okay, we are at 1000, so slow
Mid-Valley
down.
traffic, Bonanza 6529 Lima is approximately 10 miles east of the field, 2,000 feet, will be inbound for a full stop landing, Mid-Valley.
Maybe there. Let's head there, it looks like it. Some river and a bridge. River and a bridge, okay, good. Believe we are there. Let's increase our RPM. Before we join the, yeah, I can see the beacon. Before we join the downwind. Let's check our brakes. Landing lights can go on. Fuel pumps on. Mid-Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo joining left downwind runway 14, Mid-Valley. Alright, so fuel, good, trim, yes, power settings, set as required, looks good. So we go gear down, flaps 15, let's start descending. Three greens are there. Mid-Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left base runway 14, Mid-Valley. Let's continue to final. Mid-Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning final, runway 14, touch and go, and then remaining in the live traffic pattern, Mid-Valley. Yeah, why does it seem that I'm so low?
Mid-Valley traffic, Bonanza 6529 Lima, joining
Flaps.
left downwind for runway 32, Mid-Valley. Correction, Bonanza joining left downwind for runway 14, Mid-Valley.
Okay, flaps up. positive rate, gear up. Mid-valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left, crosswind runway 14, mid-valley.
Mid-Valley traffic, Bonanza 6529 Lima, final 14, full stop, Mid-Valley.
Yeah, see them.
Mars, I think I'm toast. My PC, my sim is frozen. I don't know what's happening here. If I'm able to rectify it, I'll join you.
Mid-valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind runway 14, mid-valley. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Alright, so
Mid-Valley traffic, Bonanza 6529 Lima has vacated 14, Mid-Valley.
so 3 greens. I'll start descending later. Mid-valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 14, touch and go, mid-valley. Okay, we have some traffic alert there. So full flaps. Mid-valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 14, touch and go, mid-valley.
Mid-Valley traffic, Skyhawk 91 Bravo Charlie is 10 miles to the southeast and will be joining the left downwind for runway 14, Mid-Valley.
Okay, flaps up. Cover. Okay, gear up. VFR. Mid Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind, runway 14, Mid Valley. Mid Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind, runway 14, Mid Valley. Alright, so gear down, flaps 1. Then we'll try to do the approach at minimum speed. Let's see how that goes. If I'm able.
So Thomas, I got back, just a little bit lost, but I'll join you hopefully soon.
Alright, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm near Harlinger, just a little bit lost as to where I am, but we'll see.
Mid Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 14, Mid Valley. For flaps.
Mid Valley traffic, Skyhawk Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, 10 miles to the southeast, joining, inbound to join left downwind, runway 14, Mid Valley.
Mid Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 14, full stop landing, Mid Valley. So let's try. I want to slow down. Doesn't want to slow down.
Elevated traffic, November 187, Victor Delta, 5 miles east, inbound to join runway 14, Mid Valley.
Mid Valley traffic, Skyhawk 91 Boca Chica, joining left downwind for runway 14, Mid Valley, and that's a touch and go.
Yeah, didn't work that well. That was not good. I believe the aircraft should fly better with full flaps at that speed. So are we going left here? Yes, we are. Flaps up, landing lights off, strobe lights off, fuel pumps off. Mid-Valley traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo runway 14 is vacated, Mid-Valley.
Mid-Valley traffic 91 Bravo Charlie, left base 14, Mid-Valley.
So let's park in opposite direction to what they want from us. You can watch the runway. Right, parking brake is there. Nice, so will we keep one prop running? Probably not.
Mid-Valley traffic 91 Bravo Charlie, final runway 14, touch and go, Mid-Valley.
Mid-Valley traffic, November 187, Victor Delta, downwind for touch and go, Mid-Valley.
Right, so what we'll do is I'll shut down the engine. Turn off the alternators.
Mid-Valley traffic, November 75600 is a type Cessna 172, 10 miles east of the airport, planning to land using runway 14.
And I'll just keep it like this so I can listen a little bit. But in the meantime, thank you for joining me on this flight. Next week there will be, it depends when I'll publish this. Today is September 26th, and next week there will be no flight. Oh, even waved to us.
Mid-Valley traffic, November 187, Victor Delta, left base 14, touch and go, Mid-Valley.
November 91 Bravo Charlie, that was a very nice rock.
Thank you.
Right, I believe we've seen enough. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next
Mid-Valley
time.
traffic, 9117, Victor Delta, turning base with the traffic in sight, Mid-Valley.
That was
Mid-Valley traffic, Skyhawk Charlie, Golf Lane Whiskey X-ray, turning final, runway 14, Mid-Valley.
And that was the final call.
Mid-Valley traffic 91 Bravo Charlie, vacated runway 14, taxiing to parking, Mid-Valley.
Okay, this was the final call. Take care and happy flying.